These last two examples that we're going to do together both involve semicircles. So let's look at this first one in the bottom left corner on my screen and kind of in the middle on your paper. We're trying to find the perimeter, and we have some of the information, but we have to do some calculating to find additional. So first of all, we know that this section is 17. So that means this section is also 17. We also know the length of this line segment here, which is not part of the perimeter, but what it is the diameter of this semicircle. So that diameter is 34 centimeters. So remember, the formula to find the circumference of a full circle is pi times diameter. But this is a half circle, so we have to remember to divide it by 2. So using the approximation for pi, which is 3.14, we're going to multiply that by this diameter of 34. And then we have to divide it by 2 because it's a semicircle instead of a full circle. So I'm going to, with my calculator, multiply 3.14 times 34. And then I'm going to divide it by 2. And I got the approximate perimeter of this area that I'm highlighting right now is 53 3/38 centimeters. Lastly, I need to find this section, which if you notice, these are both 34. So both of these semicircles have a diameter of 34. So I don't even need to do the work again. I already know that this one is also 53.38 centimeters. So to find the total perimeter, I have to add the total distance around that shape. So I've got this 17. I've got this 53.38. I've got the 17 on the bottom. And then I've got this 53.38 on the far left. So by adding up those four, I'll be able to find the total perimeter of that shape. And it's going to be centimeters. Lastly, we have a picture of a stained glass window. And once again, we have to figure out the perimeter in order to find the amount or the size of the hole in the wall that should be cut out so that this window can be installed. So it looks like we have a rectangle at the bottom, and this part's 4, this part's 6. This part's not labeled, but we know that it is 4 because the other side is labeled. We also know we need to know the length of this because it's the diameter of that semicircle. And if you use the bottom of the rectangle, you can see that the diameter is 6 feet. So once again, I need to find the circumference of that semicircle. And circumference of a semicircle is pi times diameter divided by 2. You only divide by 2 if it's a semicircle. If it's a complete circle, you do not need to divide by 2. Okay, so pi, I'm going to use the approximation of 3.14, diameter, which is 6 because we established that it's 6 down below. And then it is a semicircle, so I've got to divide by 2. So 3.14 times 6 divided by 2, I get an approximate semicircle circumference of 9.42 feet. Now to find the total perimeter, I have to add those 4 numbers together. So that's my last step. 9.42 plus 6 plus, not this 6. Do not add that 6 because that is the diameter and that's not on the outside of the shape. So we're going to add this 9.42 plus this 4 plus this 6 on the bottom plus the other 4 on the side. So those are the 4 numbers